Welcome to your semester review. We are on page 10. We are going to continue with radioactive decay. All right. Number 58 says, you find a fossil on a hiking trip and have tested it in a lab. It is determined to have 58% of its plutonium-238 remaining. How old is the fossil? So there's your plutonium. Half-life is 88 years. So remember to find the rate first. So we're going to put 50 divided by 100, E, that's the formula you use. This one right here, which is a continuous formula. At a rate of, we have no idea, but half-life is 88 years. So half-life is right there. So we're going to solve for R, divide by 100. Okay, oops, sorry guys. So 0.5 equals E raised to the R times 88. I need to bring the R down because that's what I'm solving for. Remember, E is just a number, so I'm going to take a natural log. That means that cancels out. Sorry. So now you have natural log of 0.5 equals 88R. Go to your calculator and find out what the natural log of 0.5 is. Comes out to be negative 0.6931 equals 88R. Divide both sides by 88. And the rate comes out to be negative 0.00788, or just 88, okay? All right. Now that you know the R, we're going to go and find the time. So how would you go about finding the time? Well, it says there's 58% left. So that's 58 out of 100, Euler's number, which is E. Our rate is negative 0.00788 times T. Okay? So let's solve for T. Divide both sides by 100. That is 0.5 equals E raised to the 0.00788 T. Take the natural log. And natural log of 0.5 is that number. Not 0.5. I am so sorry. That should be 0.58. My fault. That should be 58. Okay. So natural log of 0.58 comes out to be, okay, negative 0.5447 equals negative 0.00788 T. Solve for T. So you divide, I'm going to cancel that out. Negative 0.00788. All right. Take that number, divide it by, here we go, negative 0.00788. And that fossil comes out to be 69 years old. And there you have it. Okay? All right.
You're not allowed to read.
I won't. This is yours? Mm-hmm. Wait, I have to look at it, make sure there's no background. Okay. You want your name on there?
Have her, yes. Have her read it.
Okay, I won't then. Thank you. All right. Okay, let's go to number 59. It says find the inverse. Okay. What I like to do is I like to rewrite f of x as y because it's easier to, try to simplify. Inverse. So basically, step number 1, switch your x and your y. Okay? Now we are going to solve for y. So notice y is right here. We're going to solve. First step, subtract 2 from both sides. So x minus 2 equals y plus 2 raised to the 5th. Take a 5th root, okay? So, because it's a to the 5th, so I'm going to take a 5th root, cancels that out. And so now you have the 5th root of x minus 2 is equal to y plus 2. Solve for y, subtract 2. Now notice this 2, that negative 2, is not going to be under the radical. It's going to be outside the radical. Equals y. Add your negative 1. And there you have the inverse. Okay. let's look at number 60. Switch that to a y. Step 1, switch x and your y. This whole thing is divided by 2. Okay? Next part, solve for y. So I'm going to get rid of the fraction first. So I'm going to multiply times 2, both sides. Cancels out. 2 times x is 2x equals negative 4 plus the 5th root of 16y. Okay, these guys stay together until you set it apart. So let's get rid of negative 4. Work from the inside in. So this will be 2x plus 4 equals the 5th root of 16y. How do you get rid of a 5th root? You raise it to the 5th power, the whole thing. So now you have 2x plus 4, groupings of, raised to the 5th, 16y. How do you solve for y? You divide by 16. I'm going to write my answers over here, okay? So 2x plus 4 raised to the 5th divided by 16 is equal to y to the negative 1. And there you have number 60. All right, let's go to number 61. There's your y. I'm going to make that an x, okay, instead of an n, because I'm used to that more. Step 1, switch your x and your y. Okay, solve for y. So I'm going to divide by 2, so I'm going to multiply both sides by 2. So 2x equals negative 6 minus 5y. Add 6 to both sides, so it's 2x plus 6 equals negative 5y. Divide by negative 5, so you have 2x plus 6 divided by negative 5 equals y. Add your negative 1. That negative 1 just denotes that it's an inverse. Okay. All right, let's go to number 62. Here's your y. I'm going to make that into an x. Okay? Afterwards, you can always change this to an n, but I'm not going to. So I'm just going to leave it like this. So switch your x and your y. Solve for y. So we're going to divide by negative 2 first. Okay? Isolate that part. So you have x divided by negative 2 equals y minus 3 to the 5th. Get rid of the 5th by taking the 5th root. That cancel. So 5th root of x divided by negative 2. Now notice, make this long. Don't make it short, okay? Make it long, because you got to cover the whole thing. Equals y minus 3. Solve for y. Add 3 to both sides. Now notice the 3 is going to be on the outside. Just like that. Equals y to the negative 1. And there you have your inverse for number 62. All right. Thank you, guys. We got one more page. You can do this.